MVP, along with Axiom and Streamline, have had a huge lineup of discs for years now, but one slot has been hard to fill: the overstable Approach. The Entropy never lived up to expectations, as many MVP fans don't throw it, and even fewer use the Streamline stabilizer. But will the release of the Axiom Tempo finally fill that void? Let's find out, because the disc is in the details. Hey everyone, it's Greg from Six Sided Discs, and within the next couple of weeks, we're going to hit 10,000 subscribers. And to celebrate, I have been working on attempting 10,000 putts. We're tracking every single putt, and by the end, we'll know my exact putting percentage down to 2 decimal places. After the first 150 putts, my percentage, though, was pretty bad at just 21.6%. And this is where you can play along. I want you to guess what my final putting percentage will be between all 5 putters, and the closest guess will receive a 3-disc mystery box of your choosing from our website, valued between $54 and $64. Time is running out, so make sure you enter the giveaway at the link in the video description before that video releases. Now, back to the Tempo. In the past decade, overstable approach discs have become an essential part of every manufacturer's lineup, offering players reliable overstability and torque resistance for forehands, backhands, and anything in between. But of course, not all overstable approach discs are created equal. Differences in wing design, depth, plastic, and more mean that despite similarities in flight numbers, many players flock to the gold standard of approach discs, the Discraft Zone. Discraft seems to have gotten the recipe just right. The zone is not too shallow, nor too deep. It's overstable, but usably so. Available in dozens of different plastic blends, and feels good on forehands and backhands. And no matter how hard companies try, even when they make near identical copies, the Zone finds a way to rise above the rest. But MVP has something else on their side: brand loyalty. Gyronauts swear by their heavy overmolds and beautiful discs. However, despite that loyalty, many players have failed to connect with their 2 existing overstable approach discs, the Entropy and the Stabilizer. Now, why do I say that? Well, we've been in business coming up on 4 years, and every time I order Entropies or Stabilizers, I seem to be stuck with them for months and months on end. And as a result, I've significantly reduced the number that I order. Now, the Entropy is a little bit deeper than a Zone, meaning it feels okay for backhands, but most players don't really enjoy the feel for a forehand grip. And the Stabilizer has a completely different shape and feel, with a rounded, deep rim that's, again, fine for backhands, but definitely doesn't fit my forehand grip. But good news may be on the horizon, because the Axiom Tempo has finally arrived. Approved by the PDGA in January of 2023, for some reason it's taken almost a year before there's been a release of Tempo that we could actually buy. And that may be because its approval was overshadowed by something else.
5, 4, 3, 2.
In fact, it first became available in the MVP Circuit Challenge player packs. MVP's Circuit Challenge is similar to the Trilogy Challenge, where players compete using player packs of specific discs, often unreleased molds. And those early Tempos were highly sought after on the secondhand market. In fact, there are still some being posted on sites like eBay, with prices pushing well past $40 or $50. But in the year or so after that Circuit Challenge release, there have been no special editions, no stock runs of any kind. Instead, the first Tempo that most people are able to purchase is this one, the OTB Open Proton Soft Tempo. The Proton Soft plastic feels amazing. It's not too soft, finding a nice balance between grippy and flexible, and the color combinations on the ones we had in stock are fantastic. However, we sold out almost immediately. Now, don't get me wrong, this disc looks amazing, it feels incredible, and we'll talk about how it flies in just a second. But what is this? A special edition and stock release for the Entropy in MVP's new Electron plastic? Give the people what they want. Release the Tempo. I've had more people asking me about the Tempo than any release since the glitch. All right, now that we have that all off my chest, let's talk about this tempo. Rated at 4402.5, the tempo is a flat-topped, overstable approach, and at first glance, you probably recognize that shape. Yep, not too far off of the zone, but I think it's safe to say that you can't call it an exact copy. As you can see, the tempo is just a bit shallower than the zone, and definitely has a different feel in the hand. But crucially, how does it fly compared to the zone? Well, off the tee, the zone shows us that stereotypical low glide and reliable fade, even with some swirly winds out there on the fairway. And the tempo is pretty similar. Probably a bit more glide, but very overstable, fighting left and to the ground nearly as quickly as the zone. The zone is perfect for accurate upshots. But the tempo is perfecter, at least on this throw. So clearly, the tempo has exactly what it takes to fill whatever void there may have been in the MVP lineup for that overstable approach. Which leaves me with just one thing left to say. MVP, give us the tempo. What do you think of the tempo? Leave a comment down below. And also comment below what disc we should explore next. Remember, the disc is in the details. For Six Sided Discs, I'm Greg. We'll see you in the next one. But MVP has something else on their side. Brand loyalty. Gyronauts are obsessed with the... Now the entry is...
Zone. Oh, very nice. That's the one. That's the one. Greg, use that clip.
What the was that?
Buy a tempo.
Sorry.
Twice hurts luck.
It's definitely luck.
No.
If you like this content and want to see more, please consider liking the video, subscribing to our channel, or supporting us on Patreon. Your support makes this content possible.